This is a video from eSkills Zone. For more videos, notes, and certificates, please visit www.eskillszone.com.
Hello and welcome. Hi viewers. I hope you are doing fine. So today we are going to learn reserved words in GW basic programming language. First of all, we need to learn the definition. Reserved words or keywords are the words which have predefined meaning in basic language. These have predefined uses and cannot be used or redefined for any other purpose in a basic program. So it means that a basic programming language, the reserved words are actually used for some specific purpose. So each and every single reserved word has its own specific purpose and it is used for some specific task. So they have predefined uses. So here, users, the meaning of the word predefined means that the words which are already defined, which have their own definitions defined by the programmers or called the developers of the GW basic program. So this programming language developers have already defined some reserved words which are used for some specific purpose, and they cannot be redefined by the user because they are already predefined. So they have their specific purpose. So a single reserved word can only be used for a single purpose. We will give some examples later on. So these have predefined uses and cannot be used or redefined for any other purpose in a basic program. Keywords or reserved words cannot be used as variable names. So this is also an important point to be noted, that the keywords which are already predefined here, the keywords and the reserved words are both same. Keywords or reserved words are both having the same meanings. So you can use the word keywords instead of reserved words, or you can use reserved words in place of keywords. So both have same meanings. So these keywords cannot be used as variable names. It's a very important point to be noted. And some of the keywords of basic are, I'm going to write over here the names of some popular reserved words or keywords, and those are if, else, then, while, etc. So all these four names, reserved words, if, else, then, and while, cannot be used as variable names. So it's a very important point to be noted. So we have just talked about the reserved words, viewers. So the next topic we are going to learn today is variables. So first we need to know what are variables. So here you have just noticed that the reserved or keywords cannot be used as variable names. Now we're going to learn variables. First we will understand the definition of it. Actually, variables are named memory locations. It is defined as variables are named memory locations, memory cells, which are used to store programs input, data, and its computational results. So viewers, basically the variables are the named memory locations. Memory location means that a variable can reserve some memory location in RAM, random access memory. You are very much familiar with the RAM. It's a temporary memory which is used to store some data for a specific time period for temporarily. So these variables are actually stored in the RAM and that can be used to store programs input data which is given by a user and its computational results. Like we can perform some calculation on the variables as well, like we can perform addition, we can perform subtraction, multiplication, divisions, and all other mathematical computations can be performed on the variables as well. They can be stored, and some computational results like some mathematical calculations can also be performed on these variables during the program execution. So whenever we type a program, the program execution is actually a phase of program. There are some we have learned before that program has different phases, like first we write a program, and then we save a program, and then we run a program, and the running a program is called program execution. And after the program execution, one can see the output of the program, that the program gives the output according to the requirements or not. So program execution is the final phase of any program. So after running a program, we actually want the compiler to give us the program's output. So after the program execution, we can see the result or output of the program on the computer screen. So this is the final phase of any program. So we can see, as the name suggests, the value of a variable may change during the program execution. If a variable is assigned no value, the GW basic assumes the value of variable to be 0. Like if we use a variable like in a GW basic program, just an example, we can write 10, and then we can type input enter any value, and then we can type a as a variable. Then viewers, this variable name here, we have not assigned any value to it, so we have used input statement which will take the input from the user, and the message enter any value, which is enclosed in the double quotation marks, will be displayed as it is on the output screen after the execution of the program. And here we have used the variable a, and here we have not given any value to it, we have not assigned any value. So whenever there is no value assigned to the variable, then GW basic compiler assumes the value to be 0. So here a 0 will be assigned to this variable because we have not assigned any value to it, or it can be assigned a 0 value or null to a string variable, but here we want a numeric variable. So in case of numerical variable, 0 is assigned to the variable, but in case of string variable, so we will discuss later on the differences. There are types of variables like numeric variables and string variables, so both are different from each other. So in case of string variable, which is actually represented by a $sign, is this sign symbol which is used to represent string variable. So in case of string variable, and if we don't assign any value to it, so a null value will be assigned to it. So here if we use a string variable, then we will not write value, we will type any name. So we'll type name, and then we will type a $sign, which is now this a dollar is now is used and represented as a string variable. So we have not given any value to it, so string a null value will be assigned to it. So the next topic we are going to learn today, viewers, is a very important topic. It's very important to learn that before we're going to do the practice of programming and learning programming skills. This is a very important topic we're going to learn today, and it's rules. Name of the topic is rules for naming variables in BASIC. So what are the rules we're going to learn today? Each variable that is used in a BASIC program must have a name. So a variable must have a name, The name of a variable is used for further references made to it. The value of the variable is accessed by its name. In GW Basic, there are some rules for naming variables, and the rules are, first we will discuss the number one rule, and the rule is in GW Basic, a variable cannot be more than 40 characters long. So viewers, whatever I am typing over here, you can see 40 space CHARAC. Every single letter I'm giving the input with the help of the keyboard is known as character. Like if in this case, if I'm gonna count the total number of characters in this line, so in this very line we can see 1, that number 2 is used for period, the dot. So I'm gonna count the number of characters in this line, so it's the digit 1 will take the first character, 1, 2, space will be also considered as a character, so I'm gonna count the total number of characters. So I'm gonna count the numbers right from here: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26. So viewers, here we can see that a variable cannot be more than 40 characters long. So it's very important. It's a rule for naming variable, and it's the most important rule for naming variable, and should be kept in mind whenever we are gonna type the name of a variable. It should not contain more than 40 characters. The second rule is the variable name may contain alphabets. So it's very important to learn that it must contain the alphabets, both uppercase and lowercase. Numbers can also be used, and the decimal point. So we can use decimal point, numbers, alphabets, both uppercase and the lowercase. And the third rule for naming variable is the first character. It's a very important point to be noted. Character in the variable name must be an alphabet. So it is very important to learn that the first character must be an alphabet. It is very important to note that first character should not be a special character, should not be numeric character. It should be an alphabet. It's very important to note and learn that. The next point, next rule is reserved. Again, we have just discussed that the reserved words cannot be used as variables. So I'm repeating over here that reserved words can't be used as variable names. And the next rule is, so we have just learned total 4, and I'm going to type the fifth rule. Blank spaces are not allowed in variable names. And the sixth and the very last rule we're going to learn today is, however, the last character of a variable name may be a special type declaration character indicating the type of a variable. So viewers, the last character of the variable name may be a special type declaration character indicating the type of a variable. We will discuss later on the data types of a variable. There are total 4 data types we will learn in the next upcoming videos. next upcoming lectures. So the last character should of the characters indicating the type of a variable. So it's how the type of a variable is recognized. The type of the variable is identified with the help of the last character mentioned in the end of the variable name. So if the type of a variable is not specified, it is assumed as a real type. So by default, if we don't assign any data type to the variable, then it assumes, the GW basic assumes the type of the variable as a real type variable. So it is also important to learn that the real type variable is the by default type. So viewers, we have discussed today reserved words, predefined words, keywords, variables definition, and rules for naming variables. This is very important topic to understand and learn before we're gonna do the practice of programming. So if we don't learn all these concepts, then it is useless to do programming in GW basic programming, because we should know the rules and regulations and the definitions of each and every single data type, variables, reserved words, keywords. So we should be familiar with all of these technical topics and terminologies which are used in GW basic programming language. That's all for today, and thanks for watching.